that 11th and 12th round, he starts to get very tired. And Masamichi, that's when he's trying to go for the kill. You see him in a lot of his fights. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are predicting this weekend's main event in Japan for the IBF Flyweight title, Masamichi Yabuki versus Rene Calixto. Now listen, there are some things I am curious to know about this fight, but I don't think this is going to be the closest fight that we're going to have all year. But before we get any further into the video, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications. Share my videos with your friends and families if you guys enjoy my type of content. I'm trying to at least pass 130 subscribers before the end of the summer. So if you guys can do that, that'll be very appreciative. But now, without any further ado, let's get into the video. For Masamichi, from what I've seen from Masamichi is that he has a very good jab. He moves around in all angles throughout the fight. So it's kind of hard for you to kind of read him. Because, you know, sometimes you want to read fighters. But Masamichi kind of makes it a little hard for you to kind of, you know, match his rhythm, you know, and read him. Sometimes you find a way to read him, but then, you know, he finds another way for you to get tricked out. And he has such a slick jab on top of that. And another thing, he's a very good on the back foot. That's where that jab comes from. I feel like from what I've seen from fighters who fight a lot on their back foot, a lot of times their jab is, you're most likely 9 out of 10. Their jab is always going to be very sharp, and that's exactly what Masamichi has. As for Rene is the type of guy where he has imposture strength with a high output and willingness to trade. Now listen, those three things in general could be very good for him to beat Masamichi because Calixto is a very well-rounded, high-pressure fighter. And listen, he used to fight at 115 pounds. He's moving down to 112. And this is, in my opinion, a very interesting fight. Because, you know, we've seen in the past Masamichi get trouble with fighters, you know, who have that high output and pressure. But one thing I'm curious to know is that can Rene move around the ring and manage to catch him off guard to knock him out? Because, listen, Rene hits it hard, but a problem I have with Rene is that towards that 11th and 12th round, he starts to get very tired. And Masamichi, that's when he's trying to go for the kill. You see him in a lot of his fights. He's majority of the time knocking you out towards the 11th or 12th round. You kind of see him, you know, maybe sometimes he knocks you out before the 10th round, depending on what he needs to do to win the fight. Hypothetically saying, if he needed to knock you out early to get let's say a huge fight at flyweight, he would probably most likely have to knock you out. But he's not that type of dude to rush in. You know, and also sometimes you see fighters kind of look away for a second. Masamichi is always looking at you whatsoever and always trying his best, you know, to shoot the jab and to try and win as best as possible. But another thing, this is what all Japanese fighters do. I don't know why they keep their chin up, but Masamichi, he's not so bad at keeping his chin fully up. You know, sometimes he keeps his chin up, but you see like people like Naoya Inoue, fighters like that keep their chin fully up. But sometimes, you know, it's like kind of like in the middle. You know, you can see his chin down a little bit, but you can also see it up a little bit. It's kind of a little bit in the mix. Sometimes you see him keeping his chin all the way down. Sometimes it does, but he does have a good. But I can say overall, he has a solid chin. You know, we've seen him get knocked out before. I forgot who he fought. There was another Asian dude, but the name's right up here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. He's a very, you know, and that dude's a very good fighter. That was in a rematch. But listen, three things I say for Masamichi to win this fight against Rene is that he needs to use that jab, use that footwork, and push it towards the later rounds, like maybe close to like half that 10th round, 11th, 12th, if you can knock him out early. Because that's when we see Rene get tired. We even saw that against that Garcia guy he fought. Name's right up here if you guys also don't know what I'm talking about. He got tired towards those 11 to 12 rounds, both those fights. And yeah, that's just huge problems I have here for Rene Calixto. But overall, both fighters are very good, very solid fighters overall. But listen, Masamichi is probably one of the most dangerous fighters at 112. You know, you see him towards the early rounds, he may not look as dangerous, but then towards like those later rounds, you don't see it coming, man. He has 19 wins and 4 losses. This guy has only 1 win by decision. That was a 10th round fight. Championship fights, he's been knocking people out. But now, who do I got winning this fight? I got Masamichi winning this one, guys. I think Masamichi and Rene will be close for 6 rounds. But then I think Masamichi is going to start catching up, knock him out in the later rounds. I'm thinking 10th to 11th round. But if Rene, one thing I say Rene needs to do in this fight is that Rene needs to put the pressure on him and knock him out early. If he can't knock out Masamichi early in this fight, it might as well be wrapped up for Rene. But now, that will be the end of the video, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button. Turn on notifications when you guys want to see when I upload. Thank y'all for 103 subscribers. I appreciate all y'all watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.